In a matter of days, Dr. Li Wenliang went from treating patients to becoming one. The 34-year-old ophthalmologist diagnosed Saturday with the Wuhan coronavirus, dying less than a week later in the same hospital in which he worked.
Today, the DOH is confirming that a 38-year-old female Chinese patient under investigation, or PUI, is positive for the novel coronavirus 2019-nCoV.
Ito po si Typhoon Rolly, ang pinakamalakas po na tatama sa Pilipinas so far. Mas malakas po siya doon kay Ambo na naglandfall dyan sa may Visayas area.
Hi, Robert Jan Donesa here, and with me in the group are Hannah Grace Garibay, Denise Bianca de la Cruz, and Christian Joel Pascua. Today, the group will give you tips for businesses during this pandemic. The secret to long-term sustainability. However, Unlike the tips that are bombarded to us by mainstream business strategies, our tips will be focused on humanitarian tips. During these times of pandemic, the COVID-19, most, if not all, businesses were heavily affected. And so too are the employees of these companies. As these employees were members of the community, the damaging effect eventually trickles down to the society. The employees are either forced to work from home, asked to be retooled and accept tasks that they are not originally trained to do, or worse, they get retrenched and laid off. As financial managers, we are called to give pieces of sound advice to company owners on what is the best way to keep the businesses afloat during this pandemic and to keep best employees engaged with the company. As the pandemic heightened and our economic woes, aggravated by Typhoon Rolly and Typhoon Ulysses, we are bombarded with different tips and suggestions on how to keep our businesses afloat. These pieces of advice are focused on marketing strategies, product accessibility, and even diversification of our investments. Today, however, our group will give you tips that will strike the balance between keeping the businesses afloat, engaging employees, helping the community, and developing the spirit of altruism among business individuals, especially business owners. It's time to give back to our community, which sustains us all these times. So here are some humanitarian tips for business to consider during this pandemic.
Number 1. Keep all your employees. Try not to retrench anyone. If you are a company which existed long before the pandemic and had accumulated enough savings because of the efforts, loyalty, and hard work of your employees, this is now the time to return the favors. Especially these times, there are many jobless persons around. Try not to put them into the streets.
Number 2. Forget about profits these times. Consider community service. If you are in food, water, groceries, or essential goods and service businesses, try not to close shop because your business is essential to the community and your employees need work. Consider selling your goods and services at cost or on minimal charges. In this way, your company indulges in community service, a very important activity in these times. Waive service charges and interest. It helps ease people's hardships. In this way, you will help your stakeholders recover, and soon they will help you back by patronizing your business.
Number 3. Help the economy recover. Spend when you can. Our business success depends on the economy. A dead economy cannot sustain our business venture. Help our economy recover by spending and not hoarding money. Of course, wise spending is recommended.
Number 4. Invest to prepare your company for the new normal. There will be some changes in the business setup to accommodate some anti-pandemic measures, and this may cause capital outlay and expenses. But don't think of this as burden. Think of this as a contribution to the society's efforts to fight the pandemic. Remember, the safety of our stakeholders will keep our businesses sustained. Think of this as our contribution to the health, safety, and wellness of our clients. If the government requires us shields in our table, alcohol on our entrances, different types of anti-pandemic measures, follow the government rules. Keeping our clientele safe will keep our business afloat. These suggestions may be costly to the business in the short run, but consider the long run where it is beneficial. The employees who were not left behind in the darkest moments will be very loyal, and they will serve the business with more passion and love, and thus it will eventually sustain the business. The society too will sustain the business because during the times of pandemic, the business served them, and thus they will help keep it alive. So these are all the tips that our group come up. The humanitarian tips, very radically different from what the mainstream business strategists may suggest. We go humanitarian. It's the new normal. Thank you very much.